making that noise.
Once I replaced the actuator, now the damper that was flapping back and forth stays in open or closed position. All depends on when the button is pressed on a dashboard for the recirculation air that redirects air from outside the cabin back in the AC system. So if the button is turned off, damper stays in a closed position. If we press the button again for the recirculation in the car cabin, then the damper opens and it stays in that position without flapping back and forth and making that annoying noise that you hear that is coming from behind the glove compartment door. Now that we replaced the actuator, noise coming from behind the glove box went away, and actuator only operates when it's called for by pressing a button on the dashboard. We replaced the actuator with original Mopar part. Part number is As you can see, damper stays either in closed or open position depending on whether or not recirculation button is pressed in on or off position. All the flopping noise that was coming from behind the dashboard went away. Of you that are planning on taking on this project in your garage, one piece of advice that I have for you is to remove the piece of plastic tubing that brings the air to the footwell, and it can be disconnected from behind the dashboard and it's only secured by 2 screws on the bottom. But by removing that piece of tubing, it allows you to take one hand and put it through the glove box opening and another hand through the bottom of the footwell where the piece of tubing is removed, and gives you much better access to get to the actuator. Once you're done removing the actuator, you can put this tubing back in by snapping it into the place and replacing the 2 screws that was held by in place. Also, now would be a good time to look at your cabin filter. Since you already have the glove compartment out, might as well replace it if needed. It can be done by purchasing original Mopar filter or any filter from your local parts store. This is the part number from the Chrysler dealership. Make sure you just pay attention to the arrow pointing down and replace it in the same way the filter was removed.